Well, good day, my friends. It's your old pal Jordan the Lion, your old pal Katie, and surprise, your old pal Scott Michaels.
Hello.
We are headed out to Nelson, Nevada today. It is a ghost town, an old gold mining town. I'm very excited to check it out. So we are very close. Nelson, Nevada, right there. Cool bus. Partridge Family 2.0. So one of the interesting things about this ghost town is that it's privately owned. So when you get there, you tell them what you want to do. If you want to take photos or just walk around, they tell you the price based on what you want to do. And they basically have a sign that says like, hey, if we're there, stop in. If we're not, go away. I love it. Yeah, it's a beautiful drive out here though.
Yeah,
it's been amazing. I've seen some gold mines off to the side as well. They actually do like some sort of tour out here, like mining tours or hill tours, but we're going to the town right in front of us. That's what we're looking for. If this is the first thing that we're seeing, this is going to be an awesome stop. Wow, look at this. We haven't even went to check in yet. We're just parking. There's buildings like this all over the place. And amazing old cars like that. Yeah, this is so cool. It's just like people that have read about this place are all kind of out here hanging out. This is so cool. All right, so it's just a $10 charge for me because I'm gonna be filming, which is considered a photo shoot. For Katie and Scott, it's free. Look at that old phone, that bird skeleton. So here's where we start. There is a lot to see. When you first show up, you go in here. This is where you pay, and also you can get drinks and food and stuff in there. We're gonna work our way through a little bit of this, then we're gonna go across the street and we're gonna work our way through that. How excited are you for this?
I'm very excited. This looks like a set of a movie.
Scott had to come along with this one. We talked him to come out to Vegas, and then when I told him what this place was, he was like, yeah, I'm in.
This is awesome. This
is gonna be great. Let's go explore. So of course this is like a social media influencers heaven. They're all out here doing wardrobe changes and taking different photos in front of different sets. Quajo's Cave, 1940. Charlie Kenyon and Art Schroeder located a cave above the Colorado River, about 12 miles northeast of this spot. In it were the remains of southern Nevada's last great grenade, Quajo, who had been dead about 6 months. Oh, renegade. I said grenade. Quajo had grown up in the El Dorado Canyon area, was responsible for a string of murders between 1910 and 1919. After the last killings, he continued to live in the area for another 20 years. The bones were identified by physical characteristics and artifacts found in the cave, which were known to have come from various murder victims. Huh. They do warn you about looking out for the jumping cactus out here. Nice! Scott was asking a good question. He's like, so are these like the remains of a town, or did they build this for people to come see? I'm not really sure. It looks like, by the way it's laid out, some artistic people, I think, have done this. How cool is this? Oh, I love it. I love the old cars. Love the ice truck back there. This is so cool. Of course, they said they do weddings out here. You can take a bath out here. But stay out of there. Take a look at this. And that.
This is straight out of the Ghost of Mr. Chicken.
That's amazing.
And they use Bon Abbey.
Yes.
You guys both know the songs?
That's a great movie. It's one of my favorites. All the way through.
Look at this. Look at all the saddles up here. Bonded over the Ghost of Mr. Chicken.
Yes.
B-double-O-B. Boom.
Oh, this is cool.
I think those are the cactuses.
Yeah, they are, and we're staying away from them. He said when they go in easy, but to pull them out, you have to use pliers. I think I'll stay away from that. And I had a friend filmed a movie out in the desert and ended up having an issue and ended up at the hospital because of those. That is awesome. So you can have your wedding here. Actually, when we were checking in, he said they had 7 weddings yesterday. Only 1 planned for today, though. Don't worry, it's not ours. Oh, that's cool. So they have a garage over here, like working on a car, but look at the roof. It's all hoods. And there is actually a car inside getting worked on.
Bundy pushed me down this hill into the cactus, right?
You think I would push you down the hill into the cactus? I would never. Here's Al Capone's last car. This place is pretty amazing. What do you think, Katie?
This is amazing. I can't believe all of this stuff is out here. And everything growing up around it, too.
Like Scott said when we were driving out here, he's like, this is not a place you'd stumble on. This is definitely a place that you have to know about. So
exactly.
We know about it.
Gem.
Hey, there's Scott walking through the cactuses.
Scott, don't touch anything.
So we'll be taking Scott to the hospital later. I love all the random pianos and stuff all over the place. Yeah, this place is great.
Trip where it turns into a horror movie for the 3 of us.
Yeah, it looks like there's a cemetery way out there. Yeah, that's crazy. I love seeing this kind of stuff. Oh, check out the old Coke machine, the old candy machine.
Maybe it'll turn.
It's a candy machine. Oh yeah. Absolutely perfect split windshield.
Yeah.
That's amazing how spidered out that is. You said that's a Nash Rambler, you thought?
I think so.
This is a cool little car.
This is great. Look at all the little knickknacks and the shelving over there. There's the toilets. Oh wow, look at that. Phone booth, Navy plane. I promised him interesting stuff, so I'm glad this place did not disappoint. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to become Superman. Oh my God, it has the phone too! You never see a phone in there. Ah, this old Coke machine over here. Why is like decayed, old, destroyed machines, things like this, why 35 cents? Why are they so intriguing? The sign up there on the building says, "Don't be here after dark." Where else? Oh, Katie, we should go travel the country in this. How awesome is that? It would totally work for your shirt too.
Yes, it would. TCB.
That is so cool. Look at those. Dude, how awesome is that? Look at that. That is amazing. Of course, rule number 1, do not climb on this stuff. Don't hurt yourself. Don't ruin this stuff. Right beside this one, you have this one over here. How amazing is that?
That's so cool.
That is awesome. Whoa.
Mouthful of sand.
I just noticed if you look over here, you can see a canoe by itself. Oh, neat. That is
Oh,
great.
you guys should be sitting in the chair. Let me take your picture by the
That's a good idea.
That's right, Paul.
This was one of the things I saw online I was really excited about, the triple-decker bus. That is awesome. Slug bug.
I know.
Couple of slug bugs. Oh, look at that one. That is insane. Look at that. They welded the part of a VW bug on top. And it looks like some of the old mining equipment, everything back here that goes all the way up the mountain. Look at this. Holy cow. What the heck? What school is that picking up children for? I think this is the new public transportation for Los Angeles public schools. Oh, look at that. One that they painted, it's like pinkish red. So many old vehicles to check out here. Man, like that one. I'm pretty sure Visitor didn't show up in this one. And then right over here they have some little gas station type thing. All it's missing is a few old timers sitting out there in those seats. Studebaker sign over there. Need a couple of loafers right there. Look, a three-wheeler. I love it. I had a three-wheeler when I was a kid, even a Honda. Except they put a horse saddle on that one. Another school bus, old school bus. This one has like a jail in front of it. I mean, I assume that's what this is, right? Little mini jail. God, there's even more out here. Every time you think you've seen everything, you find more. There's a general store. This one's license plate is Area 51. That is awesome. I love that they painted this truck over here to look like a Smurf, whether they intended to or not. That is absolutely a Smurf. Oh, there's 3 more of those ramblers. Oh, he said they're called a Metropolitan. And take a look at this. What kind of truck is this? Oh, look at this over here. I see a Firestone truck, an Old Town Bottling Company truck. I love the Firestone truck. Look at that. Isn't that great? And over here is the Old Town Bottling truck. I love it. Coca-Cola truck. We finished up touring outside and then came back in the main store, and Scott saw this. I was like, oh my God, the Colorado River Water dog. How horrifying is that? Looks like these are some of the famous people that have come out here and visited. And I did notice that, I think that's David Blaine right there. And I think that's Donnie and Marie Osmond in there. And on our way out, a bottle window. That is amazing, I love it. We're out of here. Bye, Bighorn. That is someone who stayed a little too long. You said if you had 2 quarters and it worked, you'd ride it. I happen to have 2 quarters.
Okay, I promise. I gotta live up to my word.
That is beautiful.
This is perverse.
What do you think a unicycle's doing here, of all things? Look at all that. There's another really cool couple of cars I want to show you over by where we parked. Then we're gonna head back to Todd and Kat's house because I know you all want to see Ja. Take a look at this. They added that on there, and then over here on this one. Aren't those great? Well, hello. Hello. You missed out on a fun adventure, dude. It was kind of hot out there, though. What a happy boy. You hear that plane? What a paradise we have to stay at. They're so nice. Todd and Kat, just absolutely the nicest people ever. Let's go visit the turkey that's in love with Mom. Romeo's really taken to you. He's a big fan of you, Katie.
I know, I want to go see him.
Hi, Romeo.
How are you? Hi, buddy. Hello, Romeo.
Don't bug the chickens. I know you want to, but be cool. Can you smile for the camera, Romeo? What a beauty. Great, now you're gonna want turkeys at our house. Hi. You're such a good boy, Romeo. Did you have fun playing? Goodbye, Gray.